Jimmy Kimmel's suspension sent shockwaves through Hollywood and ignited a national debate on free speech. The late-night comedian suddenly found himself at the center of a political firestorm that reached all the way to the White House. And just when many thought his show was finished, Disney has announced he's coming back this Tuesday.
Come on! Yes, sir!
But make no mistake, the drama is far from over. Today we'll break down why Kimmel was suspended, who tried to silence him, the powerful voices who backed him, and what this comeback means for late-night TV. Let's get into it. It all started on September 15th. In his monologue, Kimmel mocked MAGA supporters over the death of conservative influencer Charlie Kirk.
We hit some new lows over the weekend with the MAGA gang desperately trying to characterize this kid who murdered Charlie Kirk as anything other than one of them.
He also roasted President Trump's response, comparing it to, quote, how a 4-year-old mourns a goldfish.
This is not how an adult grieves the murder of someone he called a friend. This is how a 4-year-old mourns a goldfish, okay? And it didn't just happen once.
Disney and ABC quickly stepped in, calling the jokes ill-timed and insensitive. The FCC chair, Brendan Carr, then threatened action against ABC, turning a comedy routine into a national controversy. ABC suspended Kimmel indefinitely and even demanded an apology, plus a donation to Kirk's nonprofit Turning Point USA. Overnight, a late-night joke had become a political flashpoint. The fallout spread fast. Nexstar and Sinclair, two broadcasting giants, announced they wouldn't air Jimmy Kimmel Live. Sinclair went further, swapping his slot for news programming and saying his comments were deeply insensitive. Nexstar, meanwhile, is pushing a multi-billion-dollar merger that needs FCC approval. Many saw their decision to drop Kimmel as a way to score points with regulators. It was clear this wasn't just about one comedian anymore. It had become a corporate and political power struggle. President Trump wasted no time weighing in. He welcomed Kimmel's suspension and even suggested that some networks should have their licenses revoked for negative coverage. Inside the White House, VP J.D. Vance and allies pushed a broader campaign to defend Charlie Kirk's legacy and punish critics. Kimmel's jokes were suddenly cast as part of a larger culture war. And when Trump was asked about Kimmel's reinstatement, he dodged the question completely, a sign that the political pressure had already been applied. Even Republican Senator Ted Cruz opened up saying,
he threatens explicitly, we're going to cancel ABC's license. We're going to take him off the air so ABC cannot broadcast anymore. And I got to say, he threatens it. He says, we can do this the easy way, or we can do this the hard way.
Yeah.
And I got to say, that's right out of Goodfellas.
Back in California, protesters gathered outside ABC, framing this not as a comedy issue, but a free speech battle. Writers, actors, lawmakers, and the ACLU all slammed Disney's decision as censorship. Even within the FCC, Commissioner Ana Gomez, the lone Democrat, called it blatant government intimidation. She thanked Americans who stood up, promising to fight against efforts to silence expression. What began as one edgy monologue now symbolized something much bigger, a national test of how much freedom TV personalities really have when politics enters the picture. Kimmel's peers in late night rallied behind him. Jon Stewart, John Oliver, and Stephen Colbert all warning that silencing one host threatens them all. Hollywood A-listers, Ben Stiller, Jennifer Aniston, Meryl Streep, Robert De Niro, joined hundreds more in signing a letter that called the suspension a dark moment for free speech. Their message, comedy pushes boundaries. And if one comedian is muzzled, the entire late-night format is at risk. After days of chaos, Disney announced Kimmel would return.
That Jimmy Kimmel Live will return to air on ABC tomorrow, Tuesday night.
Following thoughtful conversations. But not all broadcasters are on board. Sinclair will keep him off their stations, and Nexstar hasn't confirmed his return. Meanwhile, critics are urging boycotts of Disney+, Hulu, and other Disney platforms, putting more pressure on the company. Kimmel's return looks like a victory for free speech, but the question now is, Does Kimmel's comeback restore late-night normalcy? Or has this entire saga permanently changed what comedians can get away with on TV? Nevertheless, this incident proves how fragile freedom really is when politics and media collide. So what do you think? Did Disney cave to political pressure, or did they take a stand by bringing him back? Drop your thoughts below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell icon for the latest updates from the Papaya Room. See you next time.